Welcome back, Mario Kart gamers. I know you guys missed us from you guys watched our stream last night, I assume. But for those wondering, I'm Pyrus. I am joined by
Awoken. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone that was just playing their MKU matches had a good time, went well. Hopefully, a lot of you guys got some wins. But now we're going to hop into some D2 action, and we are going to be watching the Real Panas versus Nferno Blaze. Paris, what do you think of this match?
I mean I've had my history with the real Panas. I can't lie. They are my go-to pick if in any war. But I know NFL is a long time team that stands.
Of course.
Uh I know TRP is very very strong at like running. So I'm very excited to see a lot more run tracks. And hopefully this week we will see a lot more DLC tracks because I don't know, I just feel like people just aren't playing DLC as much as they should. I don't know. I guess people are just too scared, too intimidated by
Right.
these new
Yeah.
strats.
Yeah.
I
We
don't
played
know.
a couple of DLC tracks in the couple of wars that I was just doing. But as for what these top teams are going to think, maybe those that are stronger with driving, maybe those that are maybe a bit more TTers than the others will be more confident in their lines on the new tracks and want to pick them. But what we
I mean,
do know, yeah,
oh
what
no,
we do know,
but before we go into that, I want to know what your favorite DLC track is.
it's got to be Ninja Hideaway easily.
Okay,
I,
okay,
I know,
that's
I
good.
know
No,
it's
no, no,
very
that's
broken in
good.
a lot
No,
of
no, no,
ways.
that's good. No,
Yeah,
no, no, no.
yeah,
That's the right
it's very
answer.
broken in a lot of ways. Like the respawns are terrible, but just driving it is very fun.
Driving
And
it is pretty
yeah,
fun. I will say that.
yeah,
I think if done correctly, I think Ninja Hideaway will be an unstoppable track for people in first. I
for
mean,
sure.
like you have shock, but like, come on,
Yeah,
everyone
and
expects
if
it.
you're able to get that TS off of that one spot, that if you take the shortcut and then you get sent like around and over to the other glider panel, then Shaw can destroy your race. But I mean, if that doesn't happen, then maybe we could see a team trying to break it into first with that. But what we do know is right now, both of these teams, I'm not sure how their first wars of week two went, but in week one, both of these teams went 1-1. And right now, TRP is in playoffs by point differential. So
Ooh,
it's going to be pretty close between these two teams, both
that's
playing
pretty
very
exciting.
similarly.
That's
Yeah,
actually pretty exciting. I always love when it's close. I love when we bite our nails, like, oh, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? And those last second plays like make like all the difference. Like I'm all for hype. I don't
yeah,
really care for people who get stomped out,
yeah.
and I know for a fact that it won't be a stomp out
Yeah.
for either team.
D2, a very, very close division right now. During week one, no team went to 2-0. Every team went either 1-1, and there was a tie between World Friend of the Stick. So
Ooh, this is
very,
spicy.
yeah, very close. And right now, everyone in playoffs right now is due to point differential. So this week, hopefully, we'll shake things up unless every team goes 1-1 a second time. But
And we do have the lineups right here. We have for
yes,
Inferno. We have okay. Bear with me again with these names. Zuax. Oh, I don't know if I said that right.
you
Aurora,
did, you did.
Deno, Hoppy, Ollie, and Stir. And
And
with the real
Aurora.
Panas, we have Kevo, Foul, Pana, Tony, Hiara, I think, Sergio.
I want to say it's Huayra, but
Yeah,
either way,
I can't speak
yeah,
any Spanish, so you're probably right. So
I can't either. But from what I know, I believe it's Huayra. Either way,
um
though, very very strong lineups from
These
both of these teams,
these
both bringing
yeah,
out the best they have
these
to offer.
lineups are pretty good.
Yeah,
I have experience with playing with Stir, as he was in XI for a little bit, and he's a
right.
very, very strong runner.
Very very strong player,
Hoppy
multi world record holder.
Hoppy, I know is really, really good at taking out the pack because I play him a bunch in lounge, and he is always a demon with his items, I will say.
Right. And Zuax, whose POV we're going to be seeing from NFO, a relatively new player that's been on the rise and getting really good really quickly. So definitely one to watch out for. And
And yeah,
as for
and with
TRP,
TRP, I know Foul. Pana and Sergio are really, really strong
Yeah.
players, and then I know Huara is pretty good too.
Yeah.
So
Kevo also a massive gamer for this team and is consistently scoring high in every war that I've seen TRP play.
I'm really excited. We're still waiting for the room to be up and stream to go live. Oh, I lied.
Yeah, I guess the room is up.
I completely
And
lied to you guys. I'm sorry.
And it's almost like the DLC doesn't exist. We've seen these tracks a million times already. RWSDS. Nothing new.
RWSD. Oh, I'm really hoping it's DS. I don't want to see like a run for free first race.
Right.
I need this excitement to build. I need you guys to get hyped. Hopefully that this war will be close. Oh, the MKS pick is looking kind of scary because you know how this game everyone picks just like that one track.
Yeah, that one track.
And
MKS
that one track
is that one track.
And then it gets picked, and you're like, oh my god.
Yep. But either way, we start on Wario Stadium. NFL seemingly top 3, maybe top 4. I wasn't quite sure what I saw there, but Zuax, the host of the room and also the POV we're going to be watching, is going to try and maintain first here on this Wario Stadium race.
One thing I will say about Hoppy is I respect his me standard bike pick for every time.
Oh, of course.
Very unique. You know who you're playing against when you see me standard bike. So
right, yeah. There's a couple of those players that, you know, maybe not conforming to what you see typically used in these streams, the Wigglers, the Scooties, the Biddies, but they're still able to make it work and showing up here and getting it done for their teams. Hoppy, one of those players.
So it seems like a pretty easy run for Zuax.
Unfortunately for Zuax, most of his teammates weren't able to hold that top 3 that they started out in, and Kevo's now trying to get some stuff done, which with streaming up him and his teammate Pana, able to make their way into top 2 and break up NFO's front presence early. So
yeah, that's one of the things about RWS. Yes, it's easy to keep first, but you have to forfeit first if all of their team is behind you. And,
right.
They have reds, bananas, and greens. Like you're just gonna have to just not get hit. And this is what Zuax is doing. And
Pana there driving really slow, trying to keep Zuax off, trying to give Kevo as much of a lead as possible, and potentially try and trail Zuax as well. Zuax, however, able to shroom up, and it does look like we see a good amount of NFO coming back here in looking like 2-3-4.
Go for the bomb snipe, man.
Yeah, if Zuax can do something with this bomb, then NFO is going to be sitting really pretty right now.
Oh, I don't...
Unfortunately, a bit off his mark. Going to have to be careful with the other people behind him. Looks like it did not hit anyone, though.
Yeah, one thing about bombs, especially on the boost panel section, it's going to go nowhere because people are in front of you are just going to accelerate so fast.
And even if it does hit, then that'll happen. Kevo with a bomb of his own, not quite hitting anyone.
I wonder if he chain double all the green, so it doesn't even matter.
Yep. The back from Kevo will solidify his first. And the in-div snipe from Ollie doesn't matter, though. It's still a 2-3-4 from NFO. A pretty even race 1.
I mean, TRP, they play that excellently, trying to get just infiltrate first.
Yeah, if I'm...
They started first.
Yeah, if I'm TRP right now, then I'm really happy that they were able to break off the massive amount of front presence that NFO joined the run with and able to bring this to, if we got the scores, we do, a +2 for them to start the war off.
I mean, that's what I like to see. Close. Already seeing some water picks on DS and Cheap
Beach. And unfortunately, more MKS.
More MKS.
It's TRP.
I think MKS is only saved by the end glider. I think that's the only thing that makes that track exciting. Everything else, it's just Z.
Yeah, that will be one of TRP's go-tos for probably most of this war. However, we won't be playing on it just yet. We're going to Dolphin Shoals first. A very smart pick from NFO, considering they're starting in 2-3-4. And the second of Stir's world record tracks in a row. Maybe he'll be able to make some noise in the front.
Kevo, hopefully the best thing you can do for first is just hope you keep first. And that happens like 90% of the time. Yeah. Which is not even a bad thing because this track is such a bag heavy track. You just get Bill and You
Yeah.
win. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, Bill Extension, debatably the best in the game. Besides maybe Cheese Land or Yoshi Circuit, but still very, very powerful regardless.
I honestly think Cheeseline is a lot better just because if you use Bill Extension here, this like narrow pathway that we're on right now is so easy to get hit.
You could easily get like bombed or something from someone that pulls a bomb in like
boomerang, fire, triple. I can't tell you the amount of times I've landed on triple reds.
Oh yeah, it does drop you onto the eel, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but whether or not we'll be seeing that today is going to depend on what happens between these two POVs. Like Kevo pulling Shock back here for his
early
team.
Shock.
Yeah, and bringing it all the way up to 8th.
I mean, the best case scenario for TRP right now is someone has a Bill and they dodge Bill. Oh, they use it now. They don't. I don't think they dodge it.
I don't believe anyone from either team dodged, but that's going to be probably the best
thing. Someone in a booth did
for himself. He's going to have to unfortunately pop that star early, as he was right on the line of that Nana there to save himself. But he's still in probably a better spot than most in this room at the moment. Triple Shrim's in 4th, and with his teammate taking out Stir right there, that'll be a top 3 for TRP, and that's going to be hard for NFO to break this late into the race.
Yeah, those two Waluigi's in the back, you just have to hope it's TRP if you're NFO, because like they just have a free run for now. Like, there's nothing that could break it.
Yeah. Unless that Waluigi in last has Shock, because it has been 30 seconds. That would have to be real lucky, though. Kevo going for Motion Glider, but getting his Shroom stolen. And thankfully still able to save himself and hold on to that top 3 for his team. And they're going to expand their lead.
No, does not back, unfortunately. But TRP does get top 3, at least.
Top 5. And those two Waluigis in the back were TRP, so NFO scraping up a couple of points back there, but it does look like TRP is going to be taking the lead by a solid amount here.
I wonder what they would take for top 3 here.
There you go.
DK Jungle. Okay, that makes sense.
DK Jungle, yeah. Predominantly something that most teams would pick for just first, maybe if the other team has second, but still very possible to run if you have more than just that, and TRP looking to do so on top 3.
Interesting pick, because DK Jungle, since it's so laggy at the beginning, like it is so easy to get like either triple greens or like a single green and then just spam it like in 5th.
Oh, yeah.
Then you probably would hit like at least 2 people. Like
with one green.
With one green, because this game is interesting sometimes.
I don't know if makes sense is the right word, but either way, we're going to DEA. And despite it not being that laggy of a track, it's not a very good one either. So
up 14 for TRP right now, looking pretty good. I mean, honestly, for top 3, this is not even, like, this track is not even that bad, even if you're top spots, because you're still able to, at least maybe keep first if things go well.
Yeah, if your players up at the front know their MT strats, which Kevo does, however, unfortunately, getting bumped out there.
And if you're Kevo right now, I think you should just stop first set. Especially with just only 2 coins, not really able to run with this amount of coin, and getting ready.
And just keeps getting redded out, not going back to grab that own coin. Interesting decision, but he is in 11th at the moment.
He does stop. That's the right decision here.
Does stop, and the infinitely more saturated capture card of Zuax will show us that he is in 4th.
I'm all for saturation.
Oh yeah.
Don't hate.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying the differences.
TRP is, I believe, top 2. NFO 3-4. Oh, the bomb! Oh, it was scary.
Yeah. Zuax able to make his way into first for a slight minute. I do believe he hit the box in first right before being trailed out, so unfortunately only getting a coin and Nana from that double.
A lot of TRP.
He's kind of struggling at the moment.
Just Stir and Zuax up here for NFO. Just gonna have to hope for the best.
Yeah.
Maybe
gonna have to hope that those other 4 members in the back there are getting dodges and maybe shocks. Poppy making his way up.
I think Pack is way too close for any shock or blue to happen. But
yeah, unless that Waluigi in last decides to suicide and maybe get something done for the better of their team. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yeah, with 1 straight left, it's really not worth it at this point. Zuax just going to try and gain as many spots as possible, hope people die out in front of him.
This is looking really good for TRP.
Yeah.
And
they might be top 4. We're not quite sure if there's anyone in NFO that's ahead of Star at the moment.
And I believe. Yeah. I think they're all back here. NFL's all back here. Does all. Yeah, not much you can do. Like Excite Bike is a good track to mix spots up, but you know, at top 3, like it is so easy to hold.
Yeah, 9, 10, 11 though will mitigate the damage with NFO getting basically every single mid spot, but still will be a winning race for TRP as they're gonna bring their lead to about 20.
Yeah, and they're just gonna chain DK Jungle again. I like that. That race was just like okay, we'll take that type of race for them.
Yeah.
And NFO is picking Ribbon Road.
We do see Ribbon Road, and we do see one end of Coconut Mall. I like that.
I respect that. We need more DLC. DLC is hype.
Yeah.
Ribbon Road is, I think, is a pretty good track.
I like it.
I have a complicated relationship with it because it is a good track. It feels nice to play, but just because of the game engine and like the physics of the whole game, it is really, really hard to play this track online.
Yeah,
it is so easy to just get lag trailed or bumped or starred or like built like it.
Oh yeah,
a lot of chaos, but I love chaos.
Yeah, so. one of the most fun tracks to TT, and getting every strat well and getting every strat fast is one of the most satisfying things in the game.
Oh, 100%.
And that is why the people that like Ribbon Road like Ribbon Road. So a bunch of people on NFO are those people and looking to take advantage of it. Unfortunately, Zuax struggling to find some items here.
I mean, he's still in a good spot, though. Like, 5 points, 7 points now, and he's in the bag. He's going to pull shrooms. I mean, he gets double and gets... Ooh, that's not even a really good pull, but, I mean, it still works because he's...
Just going to get rid of that shroom up. And unfortunately, going to lose a couple spots thanks to that bump. And as for Kevo, playing the bagging game a little bit with Hoppy there.
Oh, this is like the worst pull for him.
Right, yeah.
I mean, he was looking for at least a bill or
Crazy 8 is fine, but not the most ideal thing because you could be pulling shock at the same distance, and unfortunately, we're still not going to be seeing one yet. I would have to think that TRP is in first at the moment because otherwise...
Oh, okay. No, NFO does take over first.
Yeah.
And honestly... Kevo's looking really, really good right here. A bill, he just holds these shrooms. Okay, he decides to chain it and miss this chain. And don't agree with that play right there. I think best case scenario, he holds those shrooms and... okay, that bill was really good. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, really,
everything I just said for the past
really,
10
really
seconds.
Good bill. But thankfully for NFO, realizing that Kevo was about to make his way all the way up to second and disturb the top spots and able to do something about it at the very end there. And with not pulling shrooms, he's going to be stuck in the bottom spot to end this race, killing Zuax before the line, though.
I thought he was going to greet himself. NFO top 2, but that bottom 3 does hurt.
Yeah, that bottom 3 and that 6. I do believe that is a +2 for TRP, that or a tied race. But either way, that is all TRP needs. They are fine with just taking these slight wins, because if this becomes a war of momentum, then before Nferno knows it, then they're going to be struggling to come back from a massive deficit from all the slight wins
100%,
that TRP has been putting on.
By no means is NFL out of this. They just need to...
For sure.
It's comeback time, you know?
Yeah.
And it looks like they're trying to come back... Well, TRP is picking MKS. I wonder what NFL is going to pick. Yeah. Hopefully I see another Coconut Mall pick.
Yeah, I would like to maybe see a DLC pick come out here.
Top 2, so...
Yeah, they are top 2, and we'll be going High Roll Circuit. They did take a while to think of that, so you got to wonder if that was just, to regroup, fix up the mental state before just jumping straight into the next race, or if they were maybe... trying to debate trying out a new track.
As much as I don't like watching run tracks, I am excited to see this as a run track just because NFO is top 2 and they are down. So I do want to see a comeback for NFO right now.
Right.
I mean, it's only one GP pass, so
Yeah.
I mean, completely winnable by NFL.
Yeah. Do believe that Buddy Buggy would be Stir, who's debatably the fastest player on the team. So if he's able to hold first, then NFO's in a good spot.
Oh,
And
the
he will
lag.
get trailed out, but so will Kevo, as he tried to shroom his way into first.
And I think this is still looking pretty good for TRP. I mean, they got Stir
Yeah.
out of there. Stir,
One of the top two, and probably the faster player of said top two, is going to help later on. But what they'd be able to pull off in this lap 2 seems like it'll be really important. A good amount of NFO up here. It looks like they're 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite sure who's in first, but I would not be surprised if it was a TRP player.
definitely TRP player. Yeah,
It would be Guira.
But these reds, like, he's just gonna be able to chain reds pretty easily. I mean, like these glider sections and like the castle section, like it is impossible to like regain your speed on this track.
Yep.
So yeah,
And
there goes.
Dano does pull enough reds to get him out of there.
Top 3 for
NFO now in the top 3, maybe even 4. So.
And they're looking good with a horn and Shroom. Oh, unfortunately, he does do a little slip up, but not the worst case scenario.
Yeah,
TRP,
still in a decent position. A couple of his teammates kind of getting killed, but I do believe that trail was onto a TRP player.
Ooh,
and that's a great bomb from Aurora.
Amazing bomb. Dude, that was great communication right there.
Right. However, the player that got bombed was holding a star, so able to get right back up there, and now remains in third. Zuax, though, with the boomerang,
doesn't get
getting them.
Oh, that...
But unfortunately getting his teammate, it looks like, and now TRP is in second.
And he's just struggling to make sure he keeps his spot. Oh, just take your time, bro. Oh, he's getting triple redded out, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunate ending to this race for Zuax. A really unfortunate ending to this race for Zuax, and he'll be getting last, but hopefully for his sake, the rest of his team was able to
bottom 2.
was able to manage something. Top 2, a bottom 2 from
NFO was looking pretty good, and at least to get the top 2, but man, that bottom 2 really hurt.
That'll be a tie race. So
that's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, you got pretty unlucky, but a lot of the time it was just because, you know, either messed up or like, unfortunately that they didn't play that amazingly, but
yeah, a little bit of bad luck and a little bit of bad play, but they were able to get away with it with a tied race, and with, I believe, that being the 5th race, they've still got plenty of time to make up this 30-point deficit.
100%. Like, they just got to go attract their really strong end. I'm not sure what their tracks are respectively, like they would say they're the best on, but whatever that is, they need to pick it because they need the morale boost right now. Because,
and they believe that they will find it on Mount Wario.
Because NFO was making some good plays, but they were also making some bad plays. So they just need to just start balancing it out a little bit more and start
and
regrouping.
Yeah, I do think it's going to come down to whether or not NFO will be able to get momentum, because if TRP keeps it for just a couple more races, then they could easily run away with this war. But if NFO is able to turn it around now, then they're in a really good spot going into the second half.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, we have MKS where it literally doesn't matter what happens to the end of lap 3, so they have a lot of time to plan and execute whatever they want to do. Yeah,
I'll put money on Kevo going for Motion Glider 3 for 3.
Oh, I mean, 100%. I mean, I'm not one of those people who do it 3 for 3. Obviously you do it for lap 3 because you just have to, or else you will lose like 6 spots on the line. Yeah, but
I don't understand how he's so good at that fast pausing, whether it be for smart steering or for motion. He does like half of the motion gliders in the game, just casually online.
I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like muscle memory. You just like, it's like a button combination, just, and pause, L, pause. And,
that bomb really close to taking Zuax out of first, but he's still up there with a shroom. Kevo there in second. But yeah, that's not really something that anything has like gone out of their way to get good at besides Kevo, so it's really interesting to watch him do.
And he's gonna take this shroomless glider pretty easy, but he needs his team up here because this trail. Oh, I thought the trail was gonna get redded, but It's just Zuax up here for NFO and
Yeah,
first.
we see 2-3 from TRP, and behind that, not quite sure, but we do
Just
know there's at least one NFL player in bottom
he's
4
probably gonna get
from
green
the main.
sniped here. It's gonna ricochet. Oh, it does
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Barely able to avoid, and it's gonna pull out his trail immediately.
There's the blue. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's one of those
Yeah.
scenarios where I think you should have stopped, but I mean, probably
Yeah.
didn't see it in time. Oh, yeah, his
And
race
either
is
way,
over.
Zuax getting sniped
His race is
off the
completely
glider.
over. Yeah.
And yeah, he's gonna be looking at a bottom spot,
And there
unfortunately,
goes the
despite
motion
running the whole
glider.
race.
I think the motion glider looks pretty silly. Like if
And
you're
gets
not
lagged at the line for last.
oh,
And that's a
TRP top
massive race from
4.
TRP, a top 4, 8-10.
Yeah, NFO like they had first, but that's all they had. And first,
Yeah.
as much as like yes, it is a plus 15. It is honestly like the worst spot to be in. If you're not
Yeah.
if you're not finishing in first, it is the worst spot to be in because it is so easy to get targeted. But NFL just needs the comeback race, just that one race to be like,
Yeah,
okay,
just
guys,
that
we
one
still got
race to
this.
turn around the momentum. And from that point, if it's a big race, like we're talking like high 20s, low 30s, then they're not looking at that much of a deficit anymore. However, 52, a sizable hill to climb with the war now halfway over.
DK Jungle TRP is gonna run away with this top 4 that they got.
Yep. It's gonna be a test of spacing if they can manage to hold this top 4 without bumping each other out, which is one of the biggest risks with playing a laggy track like this at the beginning.
And one thing I think that we have seen like no shots whatsoever.
Yeah, very little.
And I think NFL needs to start going
Considering
for
that,
those shots.
yeah, we do see one Waluigi dropping there, but
So
yeah, you're right. I
an
think
amazing job keeping the spot right there because it's so
Yeah.
important to keep this room.
for sure able to pass up half the pack and
Okay.
take that fast room to make his way all the way into first.
I respect to him. I can't even do that. That
Yeah, I'm bad at that shroom, but I mean, when your claymates with the world record holder, I'm sure he taught you. So
no, for sure. I mean, yeah, Zuax back in first.
yeah, and this
this
bomb. As Zuax is smart about this and TRP is
he
not,
just needs
then
to hold it. He can't back it because if he misses, he gets
yeah, if
rated
he misses,
out.
then he will probably hit an NFL player. TRP only second at the moment, and with Deno reading out Kevo, we do have an NFL top 2 for now.
Amazing.
Yeah, Zuax just getting rid of that bomb. They don't need it anymore.
Yeah. He just needs to cycle for horns, but for now, we just see an easy top 2 run for NFL.
Yeah, that's another thing that makes bombs so good at this game. Like, Zuax did not even use the bomb. All he did was just have
Intimidation,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, the
factor.
intimidation factor of having one of the strongest items in the game up there in first. And that alone, despite not even using the bomb, was enough to turn TRP's 2-3 into NFO's top 3.
Easy.
Kevo looking to do something about it, though.
Yeah, Kevo's just the only one up here for TRP. Does miss the chain. That is crucial. He's
Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna get ready to. Oh, okay.
Yeah, is able to manage dodging on the tree, and as soon as I saw both of them fall off, I knew that shock was coming.
NFL top. Oh, this is huge
Yeah.
for NFL. This is exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, and getting a shroom and a single green there,
Oh,
not ideal
no.
for Kevo, as he is surrounded by 5 NFL members at the moment, and
This is huge.
honestly,
Oh
they
my
don't
God.
even have to take him out. If they can just get top 3, 5, 6, then that's all they need for a massive momentum shift. Unfortunately, Alling falling off the glider there, so
Oh, it doesn't even matter. Intimidation factor.
intimidation factor from the triple greens, and that's going to be a top 3, and probably even more for NFL. Great race from them and great shot call.
NFL top 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 12 for TRP. That is exactly what NFL needs. They just need more of that every race for them to be able to win this war.
Yeah, and making a statement saying, you had us in the first half, not going to lie, but
Yeah, no,
it's
they
comeback
definitely
time.
had it is comeback time. CBT. Hopefully they'll be able to bring it back as well as they did that race.
Right, and looking to capitalize on that momentum with a Mount Wario pick.
Ooh,
We've seen NFO, we just saw them so good at able to turn what is traditionally a runner into commanding their own race thanks to the efforts of Zuax on lap 1, taking the entire team out with the shroom, the fear factor of the bomb, and able to turn that into them pulling shock and running away with a massive race, a plus 28, or a plus 24 rather. I'm sorry, but they are now down 28, heading into the last race of GP2, and they will get their Mount Wario pick.
I mean, I believe I have faith that the NFL will be able to chain these top spots.
And with this momentum, they're in a real good spot. TRP's highest spot, not pulling a shroom to be able to get up early, is also helpful. However, we'll use that red to get rid of one NFL member. TRP looking at 3-4-5 at the moment, so they were able to do something.
Yeah, they're definitely. Oh,
a great snipe from Stir if that did land.
No, definitely not.
No, yeah, it didn't. And
Kevo, if I'm Kevo in this position, I'm slowing down. Like my team is all in front of me. I'm making sure Stir does not.
Get
the chance.
Unfortunately, a TRP member getting trailed out there. It does look like we're looking at an NFO top 2, and Stir, the world record holder on this track.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's just like miscommunication between the team, because that just allowed NFO to just creep up behind them and just trail them out.
Yeah, and they are now looking at a really comfortable race at the moment, sitting in top 2, and I believe Stir in 4th or 3rd. Could be either a top 3 or a top 2-4.
Either way, like they are sitting so pretty right now. They just have to hope for no shock, and this is a free run for them. Even in Blue Dustcom, they will still keep top 2 because they're so gone.
Yeah, this top 2 so far ahead, and even if Deno does get blued, we see
the shock.
Probably an NFO shock able to get their top 2 into set, and Zuax with that shroom has probably just solidified first. Unless there was a dodge, can't quite tell, but Zuax has now grown back up to full size and has plenty of coins to be able to make his way to the end.
We're just gonna have to wonder what's happening back there in the pack.
Yeah. If there were dodges, I would like to think it was an NFO shock, but there will be a second one. Probably
a TRP. Definitely has to be TRP. No way NFO used a shock there.
It did completely destroy Kevo's race and solidify him last, but either way, it's going to come down to what these results look like, and it'll be a 2 through 6 for NFO.
I mean, considering there's 2 shocks, I believe they were both TRP shocks. I think you will take that because it could have been a lot worse. So, I mean, no, go back. Don't tease me like that. You can't do that.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
We just want to see a DLC track today. But
please.
even if they don't get one, we still have a very entertaining and close war, as with that race, NFO able to shrink TRP's lead down to 12 with 1 GP left to play with that plus 16 on MW.
This is where boys become men up here. This is the last GP. Who wants it more? Who really wants it more? NFO or TRP? It looks like NFO really wants it, considering they're closing the gap slowly but surely. And I think RMC. Oh, okay, thank God. RMC honestly is one of the worst tracks in this game.
Yeah,
they completely botched it from 8U, unfortunately.
Right. Was it a runner in that game? I wasn't around for 8U. What was it like?
It wasn't a run track, but you can definitely run it a lot easier. Just because of the there's no doubles in that game. It was just a lot easier to keep first on, and just because of fire hopping, like it would, like, that race was over before it even started.
Right.
Just so easily.
Yeah.
So.
And speaking of keeping first, definitely something that TRP player, that lone TRP player in the front, looking to do on Twisted Mansion, and successful so far.
Going for that banana snipe.
But not quite getting that nano off, and able to get that one onto Zuax. So if they're able to snap TRP's momentum, or if they're able to snap NFO's momentum right now, then they're sitting pretty, because they already have the lead. They just have to stay calm and not get freaked out by the fact that they were at one point up by 50.
I mean, there's the blue. It's right now. It's just a bunch of mixed spots right now. They're just, TRP is coming towards the front now, and NFO. I know Hoppy's back there because of his me, and I just have like Shock definitely has to come because that Waluigi in the back
Right.
is
That
bagging for
Waluigi in
it.
the back. Not quite sure who it is, as you were saying, but we know there are multiple dodges on the map from both teams.
Both teams, yeah, 100%.
Kevo
And
actually holding 2 of them at the moment, so going to be invincible for a good amount of this lap 3, especially if he's able to maybe luckily grab another one here.
I don't think there's any
Will
Shock
be
in
a red, but yeah,
that's still a coin. Yeah, damn, it's one of those races where it seems like Shock's gonna be in play, but nope, it's no Shock at all, and people are just gonna be stuck in the back.
Just the people in the back getting unlucky, constantly pulling bills, goldens, 8s, but either way, TRP
really
taking full advantage of it with that great bomb on the 2 NFO members, and they are looking at least 3, 4, 5, potentially more.
Yeah, he's just gonna back all this if NFO is behind him.
Right. A 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite sure who's in first, but that
I think NFO is in first because of the blue hold.
Yes.
Oh,
but no, it's a top 6 for TRP. Yep. I saw Kevo in third, and I saw him look back, and there were 4 TRP members, and there were exactly 3 TRP members behind him. I was like, wait. And as it turns out, the 6th and final TRP member was in first, and
that's a blow to the morale.
That is a massive blow to the morale. It's telling you, yeah, you know what, you could have the momentum, but no, we're bringing it right back, and now. For the second time, it's a 52-point deficit, but this time they only have 2 races to close it.
I mean, still possible. I know it's not probable, 3. But it is still possible. If I'm being honest, I think TRP has clutched the win with that. Just because
I would agree.
Like, I don't know, considering how NFO has been playing, I don't think they're in the position to be able to just chain top spots a lot, but I mean, hopefully I'll be proven wrong. As we do see the Ice pick, which is this track. I really want to like this track, but I play it every time, and I get another reason not to.
An interesting track to pick for top 6, though. Like, I can see it, but at the same time, this is another one that's kind of difficult to navigate bumps on, because if you're not comfortable with driving on it with ice physics, then you could struggle, but TRP seeming calm.
That's the thing. I mean, NFL does have a lot of T-tiers in their lineup, and they're so used to ice physics and just different types of terrain.
Right.
And easy draft for Kevo right now.
Potentially also looking to just draft off each other for this, as we saw Kevo immediately make his way from, I believe, 5th to 1st right there.
Yep, and free run.
Is now sitting very comfortably with a lot of coins and defense. Not quite sure what happened to the rest of TRP, but
he has a mini
with
break.
Kevo trailing potentially NFO second.
Oh,
can't quite see, as he's already established a gigantic break.
Yeah, foul gaming.
Right.
There's already a blue.
That blue already coming.
That does help NFO a lot, but it seems like NFO is just a lot back here. They're just gonna have to hope for Shock, which is really, really risky, because if they don't, then it's GG's from there. If they lose this race.
Right.
Potentially a bottom 5 for NFO, but hopefully
continuing to bag. They really, really want and need this Shock right now. Zuax back here, Stir back here, probably another NFO member
Kevo's
all the way back at Waluigi in last. Kevo still with the same size breakup here, and still sitting as comfortably as he ever has, with likely his teammates behind him, but no, it will be Aurora.
Oh, Shock.
And it will also be a TRP Shock.
Yep. There it goes. Think with that, just that, I think that's
with that, I think TRP's won.
I think the momentum's completely in their favor.
Yeah, and we do see NFO in 4th or 5th, or that means dropping down the spots, but
the blues
either way, Kevo getting first here is so good for TRP. And even if it's all NFO behind him, his bot dodged the blue on lap 4. Oh wow, a lot of TRP in the back, but I don't know if it's gonna matter.
No, it doesn't matter. TRP does get first.
2, 3, 4, 5, 7 from NFO.
Okay.
So NFO's lead is gonna look like about 40 right now.
Okay. Wait. We do kind of have a close war right now.
Yeah, that right there is an MKC top 10. The bot dodging the blue on lap 4. Of all people to have that happen to, it would be Kevo. It would be Kevo, of all people.
I mean, he deserved that. He played amazing that race.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And NFO's final hope is now resting on the German drafter, Cheap Beach, with TRP picking RMC one more time.
Oh, I think it's RMC. Yep, RMC, one of the worst tracks of this game.
All right, and TRP looking to close it out. All they need right here is a +4 for it to be mathematically impossible. Up 38 with 2 races to play, and obviously top 6 giving 40 points, looking to do what they can to get, at the very least, a slight win.
NFL needs the shock. They can't let TRP have shock at all. So, and like, they need to make sure that at least one of them is always back there with at least one TRP member. TRP is, I think,
Right.
I mean, best case scenario for TRP, they bag, they pull shock. If they don't, oh well, they have next race to
Right.
still.
I'm also getting word from chat that they think that fall off on Ice Outpost was Kevo predicting NFO shock. So if it was, then another incredible play for him. Unfortunately, getting his crazy star stolen.
No
But
way.
If he did that, then this guy's actually a crackhead.
Nah. Oh, NFL shock?
I want to believe just for like the God Gamer moment, but I also don't because like there's no way.
There's no way. There's no logical reason why.
Unfortunately, this race not quite going as well for him as Ice Outpost did. He's sitting in back with 4 coins and no items.
TRP bottom 3 right now. This is so good for NFO. All they need to do is just make sure that they have top spots up there.
Right, gonna start through the cut here, and a good amount of TRP in the back, but just so long as there's one or two of them in the front, then it's going to be hard for NFO to get it done in this last race, even if it is mathematically possible for them.
NFO just needs to make sure that they don't die in the back.
Right.
This is looking really good for NFO. Oh, it does get boomeranged. I don't think
it does get boomeranged, but does have the shrooms to recover. And a lot of NFO in the front. Kevo getting 6,
Oh my god, don't say it ain't so.
We don't know.
Oh,
but
no.
That will solidify a TRP win. Yeah. That top 2, 6, 7, 8. Unfortunately, we thought it was good for NFO, but we couldn't quite see who those top 2 members were, and they were from the real Panas, who are going to be taking this win. Well done by both teams, and especially well done to TRP.
My man, TRP clutched it out for the dub.
Right.
I will say, TRP has been doing really, really well for the past few months.
For sure.
So, congrats to them. NFO, they played really, really good. A lot of good races, but also a lot of bad races. So, it's just one of those things where consistency just matters a lot, even if it's not in your control. Oh,
on race 12, we might finally have our first DLC pick. We've got about a 25% chance at it, but either way, with the war being mathematically over, if you guys want to click out now, I do have a place for you all to go, as the first ever MKC Top 10 video for Week 1 will be premiering in literally 1 minute. I'm going to drop the link in chat right now, and if you guys don't want to watch a Garbage Time Race 12, then head over there and watch our first ever MKC Top 10.
Yeah. Oh, dude, no DLC. I'm sad. Hopefully, I mean, you can watch this video that comes out in 2 minutes, and hopefully there's some DLC tracks that get picked, you know?
Oh, of course.
Some top 10. Commentated by ours truly.
John and Rookie, I believe.
John and Rookie, my men. My boys.
Yep.
Make sure to click that link. Go subscribe. I know you guys liked watching more and more Kart gameplay, and especially watching some of the most epic top 10 clips.
I will say I have gotten to watch the top 10 video early, and it is a really good video that I'm sure you guys will all enjoy. So, looking forward to you guys getting to watch that. Got a ton of people at the premiere right now, so for those of you guys that are over there, thank you. For those of you guys that are still here, thank you for watching and supporting Mario Kart Central. If you're interested in playing tournaments like these, head over to mkc.gg, create an account if you haven't already, and get into the community. It's a fun place.
Get into the community. We need more people. We need more good people in this community.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to see people rise up in the tops.
For sure.
We're gonna be doing. Hopefully, we'll have a lot more stuff
Yeah.
planned for this community. A lot more lands going on. So, I mean,
Yeah.
hey, just reach out to anyone you know, and maybe there's gonna be more events to be played. You know.
Yeah. Maybe if you can get a bunch of your buddies to all sign up with you, you can make a brand new clan, and who knows, maybe you could be on here on Primetime one day playing against these people that have been around for years.
I mean, not much to say after that. I mean, just TRP is just gonna run. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. A very well played ward by them, and for NFO as well, a valiant effort despite being down a lot at the halfway point, still making it close and making it interesting. However, that top 6 on Twisted Mansion, followed up by a very strong race on ISA Southpost to close it out. Very well played war by both teams and a very deserved win by TRP, so congrats to both of them.
Yeah, TRP top 3, just easy. I mean, at that point, it's just like salt in the wound. Just a bunch of reds just Noob got owned at the line.
Yeah, Zuax able to make his way into second, and it will be another TRP win, so that'll be nice for them for point differential. In a div as close as D2 is right now, that'll be important. Just them not giving up on race 12 and pouring it on for as long as possible to hopefully make their way ahead in the standings if they do end up with a tied record with another team.
Congrats to TRP for this.
Congrats to TRP. And to NFO as well for putting up a great fight.
Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. Make sure to click this link because it is premiering right as we speak.
Yeah, literally right now. The countdown is at about 30 seconds.
Follow us right now. And then go over to the YouTube link. Go subscribe. Go watch this video because it's pretty epic, I will say.
Like, yes, it is.
Out of the most epic things in the world, this is probably the most.
Yeah, this is up there. Like easily like top 10 or 5.
Definitely. So I mean, I was Pyrus.
I was Awoken.
And I hope you guys enjoyed. And go watch this video, please.
Go watch this video. It premieres in 10 seconds, and we'll see you guys there. Bye.
Later, bros.